Most courses and agency courses are complete bullshit. They teach you information that you not need to know. It's useless, ineffective, or extremely expensive. So in this course, completely free, I'll teach you how you can actually make money with the agency model in 2025. People talk about this all the time, but most of it is complete. There's a guy called Ayman Arab, I'm sure you know him. I've had about 10 people tell me that his course doesn't work and that it costs like something like $2,000. Now, maybe it works for other people, maybe it doesn't. I haven't researched it, I don't really give a fuck. But if that many people are coming to me and telling me that his course is bullshit, I'm gonna make one that actually gets results, that anyone can implement, that's super easy to do, and that is straightforward, and you're not gonna have to pay $1,500. It's free, okay, for now. Unless I decide to get greedy. You don't know, I could get greedy. Anyway, here's how you're gonna start an agency with $0 down and a laptop. If you don't have a laptop, you're not watching this, so I'm not worried about you. Step number one is pretty simple. You're going to want a niche. Now, if you don't know what an agency is, basically you're a service provider, but with a step in between. So you hire someone to do the service and then you sell it to people. So your main job is going to be selling. Now, what are you going to be selling? That's for you to decide. I'm doing video editing. That's my current agency, but you can do photo editing, copywriting, sales, lead gen, ads, anything else, ghostwriting, distribution, which is like distributing content. So what you have to do is you have to decide your niche, what you're going to be selling based on something that you're like a little bit familiar with. It's going to be really hard to sell something that you know nothing about, right? Now you can have an agency about anything, but it's something that you're going to be at least semi-familiar with. If you've done video editing in the past, do video editing. If you are really good at writing, you like to write books, like to write novels, do a ghostwriting or a copywriting agency. Honestly, it depends all on you, but you have to choose your niche. Now I recommend honestly you spend a little bit more time researching all the topics I've listed here. Whatever you think you'll like. Lead gen is a really good one for beginners because it basically just means you're good at getting leads for a business, so you're kind of like doing the same thing for others like you're doing for yourself. So if you're going to go through this process and you like the lead gen process, then I recommend you choose it. But anyway, let's get to step two. So once you have your niche, let's say for this case we're going to go with photo editing. You have the photo editing niche. Now we're going to need a website, right? A lot of people when they do an agency, they're kind of unprofessional about it. They don't know really what they're doing. They don't really know what they're supposed to be doing. And a good website is one of the good ways to stand out. Let's just go to my website real quick. Clear a little bit slow because I'm running everything on this computer. But this is my website. If you look at this, you're going to assume that the person who owns this, which is me, is at least semi-competent at something. Right? Everything moves, everything is animated, everything's cool. Now, it doesn't have to be like this. We're going to talk about Framer in a second, but you need a decent sort of agency website to show yourself off as a semi-professional individual. So basically, you're going to want to create a free website, just like mine. An example of a free website, something like this. This is one of my lead gen offers. It's very simple, very basic website. So if you're going to create a free website that actually shocks people, is you're not going to go to something like card.co. You're going to go here on Framer. You're going to choose a free template. No, let's say that. Free template. And you're going to go through here. You're going to look at some of the ones you like. For example, this one's pretty cool right here. Automatics. Some of these are cool. You're going to choose something that you like. They got Cohesion, you got Najim AI, no clue what that is. But you're going to choose a template and you're going to fill it out with your info. You're going to make it your website. It's really easy to do. Now, I'm not a Framer guy. You can go search about Framer tutorial if you want to do that. But that's how you're going to make your free website. And that's one of the amazing ways to stand out because we're going to need this later in steps. But if you send a client a website, they're a lot more likely to see you as professional because you're like more set up. You're more recognized as a brand. But if you don't want to do a website, you can. But, it's 10x better for results. And I would just say do it because it takes like 20 minutes to set up. Now, one of the big ways or my method differentiates from someone like Ayman or any others is the outreach systems. A lot of times people tell you that you need to send 10 manual DMs a day for a month and see what happens. You need to outreach to your dream clients because, to sign them, whatever. You need to like take it slow. You need to make everything personalized. You don't. Let me tell you this. When you're someone like me who has an established brand, I've worked with others before, I've gotten results for others, and I have a decent following across platforms, I can manually DM dream clients, as they call them, and get them to respond because I'm known, right? I'm semi-known. I'm not a fucking celebrity, but I'm semi-known. You're nobody. If you're starting from scratch, you have nothing. You have no followers on any platforms. You have nothing. You are a nobody. And you're not qualified for a dream client. You're not going to sign Alex Hormozy for your newsletter service because he's a professional. He's going to be hiring similar professionals. He's not going to be hiring some random moron because he can't afford failure because you're most likely gonna fail. That's just the truth. You can't get a dream client if you're not the dream service provider. So the way to get your first clients is gonna be simply pure volume, and this is the way that I got my first clients. This is the way that the students I've mentored got their first clients. So what you need to do is you need to do a shit ton of DMs, shit ton of outreach. Now, obviously, you're not going to be doing this manually. Manually, you can at most send 10, maybe 30, 40, 50 DMs a day, but that's going to take you hours upon hours. Now, I'm going to show you both free and paid methods. You can send a lot more DMs a day. I'm going to start with XReacher. XReacher is the free one. So basically, this is a kind of basic tool. I would say out of the ones I'm going to show you, it's the most basic one because it allows you to do free things, right? So for free, you can send 50 DMs a day with one account, and you can upload leads manually. Now, this isn't ideal. If you want to scale fast, this isn't going to work. I'm personally on this plan. I'm sending 4,500 DMs a day. So as you can expect, 4,500 DMs a day is a lot better than 10. That's why I'm getting so many clients. That's why I have so many customers. And we're going to talk about the specifics of the DM later. But what you want to know is the more DMs you send, the more money you make. So if you want to start for free, start with free. But otherwise, if you have a little bit of money to spend, I promise if you get the $97 a month plan, it's going to be worth every single penny because you can send 450 DMs a day. And that's a crazy amount. That's going to get you a client in the first month, basically guaranteed. If it doesn't, honestly, just back charge it. Don't tell David I said that, but this is one of the best ways to scale and get your offer out there. Now, out of the ones that we reviewed, this is kind of the cheapest one because it allows you to get the 50 free DMs. Now, Cold DMs Pro is not Twitter outreach. This is outreach for Twitter. It's going to send you're going to send messages on Twitter with this, like this, right? See, you're sending messages across Twitter. Now, with Cold DMs, Cold DMs Pro, this is for Instagram. Now, I'm actually not running Instagram DMs myself because it's less cost effective than Twitter DMs. I'd rather scale into Twitter DMs than go to Instagram DMs, but it is very effective, and it all depends on your niche. Sometimes your niche gets better results or worse results depending on the platform. Like for example, one of my friends, Adrian, he does a lot of Instagram DMs, and for his niche, which is lead gen, he gets a lot better results on Instagram. But for my niche, which is content creation, editing, right, I get considerably worse results on Instagram than I do on Twitter. In fact, I've signed one client total from Instagram versus probably close to 60 by now from Twitter. Now, again, this is just my experience. Your experience changes depending on what your offer, your agency, it changes based on the specifics. But this is also a pretty good way to scale using Instagram DMs. And the reason that I recommend this is because it's not free, even though there's a free trial. It's because it's $50 for unlimited DMs. Now, that may seem like a lot, $50, but if we go to this tool, the tool that everyone else used to use before Cold DMs Pro came out, and we go to the pricing section real quick. To get That's really hilarious. Okay, so Carson has banned me from his platform because I was talking too much shit about it and that was bad. So I actually can't log in. But listen, this $99 a month plan is for one Instagram account, and 174 is for two Instagram accounts, two Instagram accounts. Sending up to 50 messages a day because 100 is a lie. You can't send 100. You can send up to 50, right? And for infinite accounts with Cold DMs Pro, so as many as you want, it's going to be $1,000 a month. Cold DMs Pro, you get unlimited DMs, unlimited accounts, unlimited campaigns. It's just a better deal. I don't use it personally. I'm not affiliated with it. But people like Adrian, my friends Adrian, people that have signed clients with it, have been fucking raving about it. It's probably the best deal on the internet. But I would not recommend starting with this until you get some clients through X first, and then you can start with this. But in any space, this is still the best thing you can fucking get for Instagram. Now, I don't know how much money you guys have that are watching this video, but if you have $300, $500 to invest, I would say that Drippy is probably the best Twitter outreach tool by features and everything else. XReacher compared to it is kind of basic because it doesn't have features like follow-ups, doesn't have detailed analytics. So the method with XReacher is to send as many DMs as you possibly can. So with Drippy, it has everything that you can possibly desire. It has reply rates, it has follow-ups, it has AI personalized messages. So if you have a bunch of cash to spend, because it costs a lot of money, you'd want to use Drippy. The thing is with Drippy, it's about, I think, 10 times more expensive per message sent than with XReacher. Just because I prefer to do pure raw amounts of DMs, I'm going to keep using XReacher. But you may be more rich than I am. So you need to do a lot of just simply volume because you're nobody yet. And over time you'll become somebody, and then you can use the A-man methods to get rich. But like I talked about 3.5, it's volume, bro. You can't be manually DMing 10 people at a time. Now, with tools like XReacher, so far, with the free account, you can connect one account. And that's going to work for a little bit, but you're going to eventually want more. So if I'm here, I need 10 accounts to be spending messages, 10 Twitter accounts to be sending messages. How will I do this? Well, there's two ways. You can either go to Accounts Market. You can either buy accounts that are set up already with Accounts Market when it works, or you can make them yourself by simply going to twitter.com and registering, right? So that's two ways. Third way that I personally use, because I don't have time to be setting up accounts, is I go to XReacher and I buy the accounts through them. So they have a feature here where you can buy pre-made accounts that are perfect. I think they're like 27 bucks a piece. It is really expensive. The ones on Accounts Market are about $3, so it is 10 times more expensive, but they come verified with Twitter, so you can actually send messages, and they come fully set up. So if you really don't want to think about it, XReacher pre-made accounts are for you. They're going to send you an email in like 2 days if you buy it with the details. But volume is crucial, especially when you're this like low up. You need to be sending a lot of volume, so you need to be creating the accounts. You need to be sending as many messages as possible. Now, I've been talking about sending messages. I've been talking about the volume, etc., but I haven't talked about what you actually sent people. So who are you, right? You have to know who you are and who you're targeting. How established? Because at the end of the day, in social media as a whole, it's kind of a bit mysterious because nobody knows who you really are. Everything can be faked. Everything can be altered. So what you want to do is, if you want to sign a client, you want to offer them something for free. Now, don't do the mistake where you send them a video already before they even replied. Have them reply to your message first, then give them something for free. But to do all that, you know what your message is. Before we look at a good messages, we're going to look at some horrible messages that I've collected. Hey Yegor, I admire how you help business owners get paid with video content, and I figured I'd reach out. So that sentence is completely useless, because how is he admiring how I help business owners get paid with video content? How is that something admirable? I don't understand. I wanted to show you a free demo on how my AI digital business systems can help your business quickly increase sales and get more customers in an AI scalable way without spending a cent on other sales and marketing activities. So I have no idea what that means. I don't give a fuck. I get 50 inbound DMs a day from randoms. I'm not reading this shit because I have no clue what that is. Show you, first of all, he used the letter U instead of you. You have to have a little bit of basic professionalism. I don't know what an AI business system is. I don't know what an AI digital system is. So I have no clue what this guy is. I'm not responding. The only reason this is screenshotted here is because it was so horrible that I laughed out loud. And he asked me to fill in a form so they would follow up. If you require a prospect to fill in a form, they're not doing that. That's a massive barrier of entry. They're not doing that. Let's look at another horrible one. Hello, Yegor Profit Path. I've discovered a proven framework that helps agencies consistently attract new, high-quality clients. No paid ads or content marketing required. Here's the best part. You only pay if you get results. No risks, no guesswork, just a reliable way to scale your agency. If that sounds interesting, let's hop on a quick call. I'd love to show you how it works. Now, what he didn't do is show me an example of someone that his framework worked for. He didn't show me anywhere. He didn't send me a website where I can check some of his previous work, check his offer in more depth, that type of stuff. And third of all, this is AI written. I can tell, I've been working with this a long time. This is written by ChatGPT. And the fourth of all, this was sent from a profile that had 4 followers. Profiles matter, which is why when you're setting them up, you need to buy followers. And the extra ones that I talked about earlier come with followers. This is one of the worst DMs I've also ever gotten, just because it tells me nothing and requires me to, as a high barrier of entry for the client. Now, this is going to be 2 DMs with a follow-up. So he must have been using Drippy or some other tool that has follow-up, because XReacher doesn't support it. Hey Yegor, would you be interested if I show you how to turn your brand into a cash flow system without spending hours on content? Now, again, this is just too vague. A lot of the time, people tell you to have a system where the first message is easy to reply to because it requires nothing from the guy, and that the first message doesn't really tell them anything. It kind of it's a little bit vague like this. Would you be interested if I show you how to turn your brand into a cash flow system? Now, this works for what I call moron clients that you don't want to work with. 5 IQ individuals, they're gonna apply to this. For me, who's a high IQ businessman who actually has money, I wouldn't reply to this because I don't know what the fuck a cash flow system is. A business is a cash flow system. Any business should have cash flow. It's a system. Without spending hours on content, my guess is he's gonna sell me lead gen because I haven't read the second message. But let's see. The follow-up in 6 days is, Yegor, either you got super busy or my message got buried in the darkest pit on earth. So this is a horrible follow-up because this idiot sent me some dumbass message and now he sent me some dumbass follow-up. This is a moronic follow-up. My message got buried in the darkest pit on earth. Ugh. Who the fuck cares? I've got a few spots left for February. Let me know if you'd like to chat and lock in a spot. Now, if this guy had 10,000 followers, constant engagement on his page, clear attraction, I would believe it that he has a few spots left for February. But in reality, he's some broke fuck who has infinite spots left. So this just made me not want to reply to him anymore because he's just lying. If I said something like this on my account with 3K followers and, with all my followings, all my connections, I could get away with this because it's true. I am busy. I only have a few spots left for February. He can't because he's a nobody. Now, I'm going to share with you my personal DM message that I sent. That's gotten me, I think, a 14% reply rate average. That's made me sign half of fucking Twitter as a client. Now, and I'm going to explain how it's different from these 3 examples and why it works. Hey Jeremy, I saw you've been killing it on Twitter. Great fucking work. So it starts off like any other hey Jeremy or whatever, hey Mike, whatever the name is. I saw you've been killing it here on Twitter. Great fucking work. Now, this is a generic compliment. It's not specific depending on the individual, but it's better than copy and pasting their bio and just saying I admire that. The reason why this compliment can be sold as unique is because it says great fucking work. No one in their right mind would put fucking in the second sentence or the first sentence in an outreach message, except for me, because I'm the shit. The thing is, this also acts as a filter. If someone says, haha, learn basic professionalism, you don't want to curse with clients, they're not going to be a client. They're poor. If they just kind of don't mind it and respond with something else, there's a higher chance that they're going to be a client. So this is kind of like a built-in filter for the type of person you want to reply for a message. And it also gets them engaged because, someone has the balls to say, I saw you've been killing on Twitter. Great fucking work. I'll get right into it. So the main difference from these two sentences is that I'm not talking in circles. I'm not talking about any bullshit. I've discovered a proven framework that helps. No. Would you be interested if I show you how to turn your brand into a cash flow system? So in this case, a lot of sales people tell you to sell the results and not the process. But in this case, the path to those results is so mundane that it's easier to actually tell them exactly what you'll do and then sell the results on top. So for example, I own a content agency which excels in creating video content for business owners like you. This is easy to understand. If you don't understand what video content is, you're a moron, get out of my DMs. I own a content agency which excels in creating video content for business owners like you. They already have an idea of who I am. What type of service I provide. This, I have no clue. AI digital business systems, no clue what that is. Proven framework that helps attract new quality clients, no clue what that is. What the hell is a proven framework? Would you be interested if I showed you how to turn your brand to a cash flow system? No clue what that is. Video content, I know what that is. That's either shorts or long form on video platforms. Our work has got our clients almost 100 million views across Instagram. You actually need to update that. It's close to 300 million views across Instagram, to YouTube, TikTok, and X. So by naming a specific platform, they kind of start to understand more and more of what I do. So that means I do short form content, possibly long form content because YouTube is there, which we both do. Our work has gotten our clients almost 100 million views across Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and X, as well as made them tens of thousands of dollars. This is the part where I actually sell the results, but it makes sense because I told them what I do first. And then, in parentheses, check out our agency's site if you think I'm bullshitting. On that website, you have the video testimonials for our brand, you have the text testimonials, you have the previous work, and the package price. So this is an easy way to get them over to the website so they can, again, see how good the website is, look at the website, and then look at the video testimonials. I think there was 7 of them, to be more convinced without me having to do any extra work. And the fact that I said bullshitting right before it makes them more confident, even if they don't click it, that it's right, because I'm so confident about it. Check out our agency website if you think I'm bullshitting. Now, we want to help you grow and scale as well. This is also a pretty simple offer that we want to help them with their video content. And at the end, we'd be open to making a single video so you can see the quality of our work. So what this is saying is it's a free video offer, but it's not like anyone is going to get the free video, right? If you're a qualified client, we'd be open to giving you a free video, right? But if you're just a random, you're not going to get it. This also filtering because someone replies to this message with something along the lines of, yeah, let me see the free video. They're not going to be a client. But if they see, sure, I'd love to work with you, or perfect, I've been searching for something like this, then you already know that they're going to be a higher quality client that you're actually going to want to keep around. So, overall, I've covered everything. Basically, just that's my DM. You can go ahead and steal it, but you definitely want to offer something free value. You want to be direct with what you're saying, and you want to experiment because that message works for my niche on Twitter. It could not work for another niche on Instagram, on LinkedIn, whatever. You want to experiment, but that's my personal niche. It works for me, so you get it for free. You're not losing anything. Step 5, wait and build a personal brand. So at this point, we've covered the X-Reacher, the tools, covered everything. So at this point, now you have the message. You're going to be implementing the message. You're going to be sending it to people via your Twitter accounts, your outreach accounts, whatever. At this point, all you can kind of do is wait and build your personal brand, because at the end of the day, these are outreach accounts. You're going to want to build your main Twitter account. Let's take a look at mine real quick. Main Twitter account. This is also like a portfolio because eventually you're going to want to bring clients over to your main Twitter to show them who you are. And, having this type of stuff on your main Twitter is going to be easy to
your
sell.
videos, script your videos.
This is actually a bit unrelated, but on my Twitter, I also have this message which sells. I don't have that on my website. And whenever a client comes over and they take a look at it, it sells extremely well. So now your tools are running. You're basically just going to have to wait before you get a response. If you're running with only 50 DMs a day, it could take like 2 to 3 weeks before you get a call booked. For calls, you're going to use Calendly. If you're doing more DMs, if you're doing like 3 accounts sending 450, it's probably going to take 1 to 2 days. So at this point, I've basically explained how to get a client on the call. I've explained how to attract them, but now you need to actually deliver the work and sign the client. So once you have them on a call, once they've booked a call via Calendly, you're going to need to get on the call, or you're going to need to get in the DMs and sell to them. You're going to have to do sales and get them to pay. I'm not a sales coach, even though I probably could be, and I'm not going to be able to squeeze how to actually get this guy on the call and for the person to buy from you from a call into this video, because it's going to be like hours upon hours. There's so many individual tips and tricks that I use to sell to people on calls. So let's just say you're going to get on a call, and we'll leave that to a future video. You're going to explain how your services work. You're going to tell them what type of results you've seen, what type of results other people are going to see, and you're going to get them to buy. Now, at first, in the first couple of months, I would say in the first 6 months, you're going to want to price yourself a little bit cheap, because you're nobody. You don't really have any previous work. You don't have any connections. So you're going to want to price yourself on the cheaper part to retain clients, and then after you build yourself up, you can increase the price. Payment methods, Stripe, PayPal. Nothing special there. If you don't know what Stripe or PayPal is, get out of here. Now, let's say you're the shit TV, you watch this, and you implement everything I tell you. You got a client, they've paid you up front. What do you do now? You're gonna have to deliver the product that you delivered. So I think we chose video editing or photo editing as our niche at the beginning. So now you're gonna have to find a photo editor that's a half or a third of the price as what you charge for your photo editing service. They're going to complete the job. You're going to make sure to quality control. You're going to make sure to check every individual aspect. You're going to make sure that the client sees a finalized product. So basically, in terms of keeping clients, your role as an agency owner is quality control. You have to control the quality, make sure it's all up to par. So that's basically all you do. You deliver the work, and if it's good, which it should be based on the provider that you choose, based on the employee that you choose, you'll be good. That's it. You've made a shit ton of money. You're rich. Overall, this is the basic system of how to get a client. Now, depending on how good this video does, I'll do more. But this is basically the only way and the cheapest way you can do it in 2025. This is the best way to start an agency in 2025. Don't buy a 5K course. Try this first, and if it doesn't work, then you can go to, whoever and get a 5K course, and then it won't work with them either. So I hope you enjoyed watching. I hope I provide value. Of course I did. And we'll see you in the next one.